Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 43rd episode of Tales of Tamriel. I am Aggelos, your two-handed greatsword wielding Templar host, and with me this evening, the Argonian lover herself, she of the Shimmering Scales, Thais. How are you doing today?
I'm good. It's a gorgeous day. I got to be outside for a bit because I wasn't freezing. So I'm good.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay then.
Awesome.
Huh. You made me stop the fire because it's too hot in here now.
Well, aren't you dying of heat?
I'm always dying of heat,
Then
but
why are you complaining?
I don't know.
All right then.
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Also joining us, the man who likes to strip naked and do the /Redguard dance on the top of bars, bar tables in Daggerfall City. That would be Deltia of Deltia's Gaming. How are you today, good sir?
Teach me how to Dougie. What's up? It's good to be here. Let's do it.
Oh dear. Wow. You're just introducing the entire our little fan base to your, I guess, thug way of life. Every new show, it's great.
He is so not thug.
I'm so
I think
thug.
she called you out. She called you out. You're not representing enough.
Dude, I'm so thug. Look at my tattoos everywhere.
All right. Well, I mean, he does do /Redguard dance.
Yeah.
We all know he likes that. Mm-hmm.
Is it the real girly one where they're going like this?
It's really creepy. Let me put it this way. Before they gave us the option to do the multiple dances with the /dance, 1, 2, whatever they are, whatever the commands are, I don't even know. Each race had their own dance, as you know. My very first experience was somebody made the fattest Redguard that they could find, stripped them bare naked, and started dancing like right in the first area you started, which was like in Bleak Rock or something, because it was like Ebonheart Pack was the only thing you could do. This was very early beta, and you just saw this huge fat Redguard dancing naked on a table as soon as you zoned into the zone. That's all I saw, and it was disturbing. Yeah.
My first experience is a gigantic naked orc dancing on a fence in the opening zone. That's, yep. Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm chuckling at the chat room. They're having fun with the thug comment at the moment.
He's so not even thug.
Dude,
He's like the whitest white boy.
Party pyro. In the dictionary, next to the definition of thug is a picture of Deltia. That's with 2 G's.
Oh, I'm gangster. Keeping it real for my homies on the street every day hustling.
But did you hear how he said that though? He said, "I'm gangster."
But I said every day. I didn't say every. I said every.
All right. Well, we did have a fun show planned for everyone, but it seems to have degraded yet again in the introduction, which seems to be what happens in every show at this point. But yeah, we got a lot of game news to go over this week, as well as a dual discussion topic for this week. Should be a lot of fun. I like it. So settle in, grab a bottle of mead. I do recommend the second era vintage. It's really good. And listen closely as we go into game news. But Thais, why are you looking at me like that?
Because anytime you throw something new in, like any type of like new segue into
nice little introduction,
a new section, it catches me off guard and it's awkward. And it makes me feel funny. And
you're why we can't have nice things.
I am why?
Yeah, speaking of nice things, patch 1.5.4 dropped. Yeah, so that was a thing. And let's see here. Is 1.5.5 is an incremental patch that addresses some game crashes that occur in Cyrodiil. Some of them. Plus some adjustments to Craglorn. They have adjusted the amount of XP you will receive when you complete veteran rank content and fix your progress bar so it no longer appears as though you need 4 million experience to gain a veteran rank. So, I guess this dropped on Monday. Yeah, pretty cool stuff going on in here. Just a lot of bug fixes with first crashes within Cyrodiil and some updated for the Undaunted skill line tooltip information and a way to gain more reputation through Undaunted pledges that were bugged. Did you notice anything funky in 1.5 Deltia? 0.5?
Just the same old bugs as usual. Group leader bug, weapon swap bug. You know, just the same old stuff. Nothing new. Nothing new. Exciting crashes all the time. You know, same stuff.
Nice. One of the things they did, it says for Inner Fire, fixed an issue where the taunt immunity from this ability and its morphs was being applied after only 2 taunts. It now applies after 3 taunts within 10 seconds. Earlier on when 1.5 dropped, there was a lot of issues with the taunting mechanics. Do you think this might have been part of the reason? Maybe they adjusted the numbers in the wrong way so that the taunt immunity was applying prematurely?
Yeah, taunt was really buggy for a while, and still is somewhat buggy. I think people were trying to over taunt because it wasn't working properly, and then it just became immune, and everyone died essentially. So yeah, it still has some work to do, but it seems like it has been a little bit fixed. Now you just have to. I think taunt is a little bit different in this game. You actually have to use a lot of AOE to really get the boss's attention.
Sure.
So that's really kind of what I'm looking. That's what I've noticed for it. And a lot of people as tanks use Razor Caltrops is a real good way to look at it.
Okay. Random, not really random, but I saw a post on, I think it's the official forums, someone going, please, Zaz, give us AoE taunts. And every single person, you pretty much echoed exactly what every single person said. No. Not even developers, just everyone's like, no, get out of here.
It's what makes this game so much fun to tank and so unique is that everyone has to deal with pressure. If you go play World of Warcraft and watch one of their raids, everyone stands around until some big red circle comes and they move and they stand around to hit their 10 keys. This, everyone has to deal with pressure, and I love it. Please keep it the same way.
Thais, what do you think?
I am keeping my mouth shut.
That's not very good for a podcast. I mean, that is kind of like our whole medium is the spoken word is how we get opinions across.
I love tanking in WoW. I would never tank in ESO. Never.
Well, yeah, when you can click one button, it's easy.
She likes swiping and holding 90
I
things.
my swipe and holding everybody. Who said you could eat my walnuts?
I'm eating your walnuts. Stop it. Eating during a podcast. That's terrible.
I'm hungry and my tummy hurts and I'm nauseous.
Okay.
And I have a headache.
Wow. Wow.
And I'm tired.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Cool. All right. Well, those are the official patch notes for 1.5.5. If you are experiencing a little bug, we do encourage you to go out and read the patch notes to see if maybe what you've been experiencing has been resolved. There's a handful of bug fixes and stuff in there, but we tried to pull out the ones that were most, I guess, widely felt. But there are some other ones, and they're pretty good. Another thing that came out with 1.5.5 that also ties into the next little bit of news, the Dwemer Sphere 6-month rewards came out on... What date did that actually come out on? The first wave went out on 11/17. So... there you go, guys. Deltia, did you get your Dwemer Sphere?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, really?
I didn't.
I didn't get mine either. I actually put in a ticket. I don't know why, but we're apparently in the second wave, is what they're saying. So we should go out in a couple days, is from what I'm hearing. But, I mean, you didn't have any issues, and we did a recurring subscription, except for mine. Mine failed on the recurring subscription, but I had it set back up manually within 30 minutes. So I don't know how that would have pushed us out. And we set up our subscription back in, Head Start as early as it possibly could. Not really sure how we got into the second wave. But, yeah, I haven't got mine yet. Which is sad, because I want him.
It's pretty cool. I like it. I think I may have it on this guy. Actually, yeah, I do. Let me get it out for everyone to see. But,
ooh.
Yeah, I got the developer gear buff anyway, so I always get all the drops. I don't know how, but...
Now, is the pet as big as your character?
Hey,
like
that's a
the
personal
size
question.
of it?
We're talking about size. That's personal, Thais. Does size matter? Oh,
burn. You must not want to share.
Oh,
this
is a family show. Do not make me
Cyrodiil
this entire thing.
Is the pet as big as your character? Or
it looks like a scaled down version, goes about to waist height from what I've seen. Would that be correct, Deltia?
Yeah, it's pretty big once it gets out of its shell type thing and starts, or starts interacting, then yeah, it's pretty big.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice. Well, hopefully we'll get ours soon. All right. There we go. All right, the next bit of news, which is something else that I kind of like, and I know, Delta, you and I were talking about this, but the physical swag. Guess what, guys? There is a new, well, 3 new hoodies actually being released on the Bethesda Store. They are still all for pre-sale. I'm going to actually post a link in the chat. There we go. Right now, they are currently $68, which is a little steep, I would say.
That's a little pricey.
Little pricey. Little pricey. But it's kind of neat because they got a little modern theme to them, but they're designed off of the cinematic trailers. Like, you'll see little themes. There's one for the Altmer from the Dominion, so the girl, little female elf from the Dominion. You have the one from the Breton, and you also have the Nord.
I would definitely need the Breton one.
It's kind of neat because each one's a little different. Again, they're not really... They're like modern renditions, so they look kind of modern and stylish, which is neat. But they add the little flares. Like, I know one is the Altmer hood has a little point to it. Like, it comes down in a little bit of a triangular point in the front. And I know the
Breton one has a little face mask,
mask on
disconnect.
it. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the other one, the Nord one, has. I don't know if that one has anything special. Maybe it should come with an axe.
Yeah, definitely.
Should just come with a big axe. I like it.
Because that's not dangerous at all.
No, definitely.
Oh,
I see why. This one that is unique in the hood has like a fur-lined hood.
Oh.
The other ones don't, as from what I can tell from the pictures. Maybe if people in the chat room can tell me. And yeah, here we go. Perfect picture. Nope. Only that one has a fur-lined hood. So each one has something unique about it to make it look like what the people were wearing in the cinematic trailer. It's pretty neat. Delty, did you see any of these?
See any of the hoodies?
Yeah, the hoodies.
Oh, yeah, I love them.
Are you going to get one?
I don't know. I've been buying quite a bit of it, the swag,
yeah,
I
me
should
too.
say. I don't know.
I'm gonna get a new hoodie?
No.
Oh.
You just got a Dark Brotherhood hoodie.
And it's amazing. I wear that hoodie all the time.
Yeah. Maybe if it came with an in-game vanity pet, maybe I would then buy it.
Yeah, give me another dog or something. Oh, hell yeah, I'll buy it.
Yeah, I love your physical swag, guys. I mean, I really do, because this is something that I was explaining to Delty that I loved about it. Speaking of Warcraft, one of the things that I really liked about that game is they did a lot of marketing with other game companies like Jinx and stuff to make hoodies and like little badges that you could sew into your clothes, whatever. But it was kind of neat because then when you're walking around, people go, "Oh, you play X game as well. That's really cool." So I really like the physical swag. So while this game doesn't have like a lot of, or it doesn't actually have a cash shop at all, but what items you can buy with physical currency also come with a physical item. So you get an in-game item, plus you get a physical something to show off, which I think is really neat. It's a little more than just throwing money and getting pixelized goods. Now you get some sort of physical totem or whatever as well as an in-game good. I really like it. So, I'll go with Thais first. What was your favorite hoodie?
The Breton one.
The Breton one?
Yeah. Not, like, I'm not a big Covenant fan, but I do play a Breton, unfortunately.
Unfortunately?
Yes, I wish I was an Argonian.
They don't have an Argonian hoodie.
And if they did, I would wear it.
I see. All right, and Deltia, which one was your favorite?
Oh, for the Queen. Come on, you really have to ask me that?
You disappoint me.
Yeah.
You made me so happier early in the week, which we'll talk about later. But now you disappoint.
What did I do earlier?
Your Templar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which we'll talk about that in the community spotlight. I'll let you highlight it there. Obviously, I gotta go with the Nord. Come on.
Blood for the Pact.
Blood for the Pact, and I love my Nords and their Thoom voices.
Yes, I know. You almost make me go deaf every Sunday.
What's Deltia drinking is the current thing in the chat room right now.
Dude.
Red Bull, probably.
No, it's Rockstar, like the huge ones.
Oh, I love Rockstar. Oh, I miss energy drinks.
Oh, they're still good for you?
That is like double what I'm allowed to have for caffeine in a 24-hour period.
I don't drink caffeine anymore at all. I haven't drank any since when? Like April?
Yeah, you're terrible.
Okay. That's pretty awesome. Thais, I'm going to make you read this next part. Our friend, Jessica Folsom, she's great. I love her. She's great. Awesome. She wrote a post about game performance in Cyrodiil on November 21st. So actually, it was only 2 days ago. I'm going to let you read that entire thing.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
All right. Game performance improvements are something we are constantly working on as a team, especially for Cyrodiil and other heavy load scenarios. It's an important ongoing effort for us, and it's one for which your feedback is critical. We've read your recent feedback about game performance in Cyrodiil and understand how frustrating it is to have your abilities or character become unresponsive in the midst of a huge important battle. We want you to know we do read your feedback and we are dedicated to continuing our efforts to improve your overall experience. There are a few key things we need everyone to know. When a large number of players clumps together and spans PFX heavy abilities, it will cause slowdown. We've put in a number of fixes and tools to help reduce this, but the reality is there will always be some slowdown when this happens. We've been tracking crashes in Cyrodiil, and the number one client crash we see come through our crash reporting tool is one that occurs due to broken or out-of-date add-ons. If you are frequently crashing in Cyrodiil, we strongly urge you to try playing with and without your add-ons to see if you experience any noticeable difference in crash frequency and game performance. All that said, let's take a look at where we're at with efforts to improve game performance. What we've done so far, or what have we done so far? We've fixed quite a few issues where effects were failing to clean up as they should. This has improved performance related to ability effects, but it is an ongoing effort. We put in a PFX slider to help with game performance in heavy combat situations, for there is a high amount of PFX simultaneously firing off. Dropping this down to the minimum setting can help with lag in crowded areas. Reducing graphics settings in general can provide better performance in Cyrodiil 2. The removal of forward camps has cut down on some of the player character pileup, which has helped game performance in Cyrodiil. What more are we doing? Evaluating ability particle effects and fixing any issues we find with effects failing to clean up or being too taxing is an ongoing effort. We have a fix going in today, 1.5.5, that will fix a region crash issue in Cyrodiil, which was related to a scenario where someone could teleport to way shrines while still targeted for an attack. This could not be done on purpose. It just happens sometimes. We have a fix for the issue where the game client gradually slows down over time when weapon swapping. We're aiming to get this fix into the next incremental patch, 1.5.6. Our Q&A team hops onto the live service to observe, take metrics, and report back on anything unusual they see. If you are encountering severe lag, crashes, or unresponsive abilities in Cyrodiil, there are a few bits of info we'd like to get from you to help us further improve your experience. Do you have your PFX slider turned all the way down to minimize particle effects load? Do you have your graphics turned down? If so, what are they turned down to? Are you using any add-ons? If so, which ones? We are not trying to place blame on add-ons. Rather, knowing which ones people are using may help us pinpoint potential issues. We hope that helps explain our past, current, and future efforts to improve game performance, particularly in Cyrodiil. Thanks again for your ongoing feedback and support.
Excuse me. Oh my. Yeah, I wanted to highlight this because I really didn't think a lot of people probably even noticed that this was in here. Deltia, when you did play Cyrodiil, did you use the PFX slider at all?
Never used it once.
Really? Did you notice a lot of game crashes or whatnot?
Yeah, I don't even know where the PFX slider is.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
No idea.
All right. Let's see here. Yeah, You okay there, Thais? What are
Yeah.
you drinking?
Iced tea.
Yuck. That's gross.
It hurts right here.
Ah. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Well, I did want to highlight this because I thought it was kind of neat that they took the time to come out and, like, let us know this fairly big post about what they're doing with Cyrodiil, try to fix some different stuff in there. So, yeah, did you hear anything of interest, Thais? Anything that you thought was particularly interesting?
I don't really go into Cyrodiil, and the few times I have, I've crashed once or twice, but that was it. I didn't really experience lag or anything of that nature.
Okay. Delta, did you hear anything from, what they're doing or what they've done so far that stood out to you?
I have not heard anything that people are having better results or whatever. I think the forward camp change has given them better results because there's less people around, and I mean, when I say that, I mean there's less people in the groups and stuff getting clumped up. So
sure,
yeah, but I don't PvP anymore, so.
All right, so that's kind of neither here nor there. All right, well, I do like the PFX slider, and I do like the fact that they mentioned one of their biggest crash reports, the ones that are most frequent, are often caused by API errors in add-ons. And I will say, like, I myself, I use certain add-ons that are, like, that load out-of-date add-ons button is always on for me. Because there's certain add-ons that just aren't being kept up any longer, which is a shame. Yet they still work, at least to some extent. So I do use that a lot. So I was kind of, it's fascinating to find out that is causing issues. So perhaps turn off your add-ons that are out of date when you go into Cyrodiil next time. Or only use your most important ones, see how your performance is. I don't know which add-ons are really important to you. For me, it would always be FTC, but that's always kept up to date.
Or you could play like me and not use any add-ons.
I am going to load like 9,000 add-ons onto your computer. And I'm going to hide them all. They'll all be on, but you won't really notice they're there. It's going to be great. All right. Let's go ahead and we'll move on to the next little bit of news, which is ESO Live. That would be, I guess, episode 5, which is pretty cool. I know Deltia was there. What did you think of episode 5 without giving any spoilers about what they talked about?
What did I think about it?
Yeah, like, how did it compare to previous ones?
I mean, they can't give away nuggets every single time, so it wasn't that impressive in that regard. But I still like what they're doing. That's being open and honest with us, where
Absolutely. Other
companies wouldn't have any remote reason to do something like this. So, was it the best one? Probably not. I like, when they obviously tell us what's coming in Update 6, but they did give us some nuggets and that sort of thing. Highlighted a couple cool people in the community. So I like them. Just keep doing them. I love them. It's just, they're not going to be Rockstar, console release stuff every time.
I don't know about you, but I told you pretty much immediately after the show. I think I texted you right afterwards going, I got a little tidbit of information, which was housing.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
It was in the chat room. She was talking about it, but they did, I guess, quote unquote, confirm that it is something that they are working on, but it's at no point ready, or they have to figure out best way to do it. But it is on their work list of things to do. So it's not, it's not something we're hoping for, and they don't even have plans for it. They have plans. It's just they got to figure out the best way to do it, which was exciting for me because that's something I desperately want. I loved buying the houses in Skyrim and messing with it.
My favorite housing system was definitely WildStar. There's left a lot of room to do anything you wanted in their housing system. So and housing is one of my favorite things. So when they do come out with it, I know I'm gonna be begging Ag for all of his money.
Oh no.
So you better keep making all that
saving.
money.
I actually liked. See, the thing that I didn't like, WildStar was pretty cool with what you could do, but I don't want to see weird houses. I would rather them allow you to get a type of house that you like. You pick a model you want, but I like Final Fantasies that you can move anything inside. Like you can move the furniture around. So maybe build houses like they did with Hearthfire, where you buy a house and then you can add different wings to it depending on what you want to make your house look different. But I'm still a lore nut. I don't want to see weird looking houses in the Argonian towns. I want them to look like Argonian houses, or Nordic houses in Nordic towns. Things like that that are culturally relevant to the area in which they're at is what I want to see. And unfortunately, WildStar's house building was a little too freeform, where you could pretty much make anything with very few restrictions. I like being presented with a template to keep in with lore, but then allow you to change everything on the inside, maybe add additions that are unique to make your house feel unique while still fitting into the lore of the zone.
Well, WildStar's housing did fit into that lore.
That lore in particular, but I don't think that same type of like resizing everything from the house walls to make them weird shapes.
No, definitely not. It wouldn't fit into this type of play style. Like in my house, I built an entire upstairs using only the materials that the game gave you. In ESO, there's no way that would make sense to be available.
Sure. But anyway, I kind of hope that's what it is. But anyway, that was one of the things that I saw as like a little tidbit of like a little breadcrumb for me that made me super excited. And that was just in the chat. So always keep your eyes on chat, because they do like to drop little stuff in there. Pretty much what I noticed from ESO Lives, they did talk about a few things which were coming up very shortly, specifically about Update 6. Now, first off, I will say full Update 6 news is coming in their next road ahead, is what they're saying, but it's not due until after Thanksgiving. For those of you not in the United States and don't know when Thanksgiving is, that is this week. I think Thanksgiving is Thursday, right? Am I correct on that?
I think so.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
So Thanksgiving is this week, so expect to see a road ahead probably the 1st of December or somewhere in that week. So next week you should see something. Because I noticed a few people in chat were asking, so when's Thanksgiving? Because, you know, we're an international community, and I know Canada's Thanksgiving is technically like a month ago. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
And I think a lot of other countries don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. It's kind of only an American Canada thing, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So, all right. First off, some of the things they kind of teased us is one of the things coming in Update 6 is the provisioning overhaul. I said update on here, but it really is an overhaul. They're doing some changes to how you find items, which is what I'm really excited about. And adding more use for all the items, so there's none of those toss-away materials. But they are adding new items such as apples. So when you see those baskets of apples, you don't open it up and see, you know, like beef. You actually would get apples out of it. Wheat, you'd see bushels of wheat. What?
All I could think of was like beef-flavored apples or apple-flavored beef. And it was like really an awkward thought. I'm sorry, continue. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
That's awesome. All right. But yeah, adding new items like corn, apples. Oh, and another nice thing that they're kind of adding in here is fish from fishing will actually be usable for something.
Really?
So, Thais, what do you think about that?
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
Really?
Yes, because I have stacks upon stacks of fishing bads, but right now it's just there's no real reason for me to fish. I've tried. I've done it for maybe like 30 minutes here or there, but while I'm like watching bones, because that's really the only way I can stand there and fish. Yep.
Okay. Delty, what did you think about that provisioning update?
It's good. Alchemy is so much more powerful than provisioning at the moment. If they make it so that you can take a drink and a food, maybe that's going to change things. But right now, I like the changes, but I don't really see the point in it right now. It's not that good for your character. I mean, everyone makes the blue food, most of the PvEers do, and that's kind of the meta. And you
I
can
make
get
purple food.
Yep, but why wouldn't you use blue?
I don't know, just because I make purple.
Okay.
Because why I can.
Wouldn't purple be better than blue?
It is, but
No, it's not.
only minor. It does all 3 stats.
It does all 3 stats, but if you're a true min-maxer, you're going to use the two stat blue food. Anyways.
That was a jab at me, wasn't it?
No, that was a jab at Ag. I said true min-max. I know you're not a dang min-maxer.
Definitely not.
All right.
But anyways, yeah, I like provision. I just love alchemy. I think they just hit a home run with alchemy. I mean, it's my favorite. I love doing the crafting writs. The reason why I think alchemy works versus provisioning is because anywhere throughout the leveling experience, you can get mats that help you at endgame.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I'll be a level 2, and if I see a Bugos is still good at level 2 versus level whatever. It's still valuable. So it makes like getting this stuff really good.
Okay. I know they also talked about they're playing around with the idea of reducing the number of materials and items in game. Like right now there's 3 versions of the purple food. There's also 3, I'm sure there's multiple versions of the blue food as well that do the exact same thing. This is not confirmed, but they are playing with the idea of removing multiples and maybe adding a little bit of variety in that. So that's kind of exciting. All right. Next up, crafting writs. All right, Thais, what was that face for? Talk to me.
That face was just me going, I haven't done any. I thought about it and then decided not to. No.
I do them every chance I get, actually, because they've upped the gold reward on them to the max gold reward you can get, which is, I think, for the high level is 600 and some gold or something like that. 604 gold, I think it is the max gold reward you can get from a quest.
Oh my gosh, that might actually make it worthwhile.
Considering you vendor full stacks of things for 400.
I do.
But now you're actually making, like, it might take you a full stack to finish a crafting. I doubt it, but you'll get close to it. But then you'd have enough to technically buy some. Plus, you have the chance of getting the crafting surveys and some of the other cool stuff. The repair kits you get are really nice. You get repair kits from finishing the high level to repair your gear with.
Yeah, but I never really break my gear while I'm playing, because usually after a dungeon, we go to a merchant, and then I just repair my gear there. So
I don't know about you, but several of those spindle clutch runs, we've had to repair our gear midway.
The hardest fight in the game, like the second boss now.
Yeah. It's also really hard when our healer doesn't look where she's going.
Anyone who happened to watch the stream, what was it, yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we'll definitely see what happens when there's spiders. Yep.
She literally heals with not looking on it. She just like closes her eyes and cries.
Well, because the first 10 seconds of the fight are nothing but like 50 spiders. And we died
they're
over
like
and
ghost
over and over
spiders.
again. But they still have the legs and the faces and the shooting the stuff at... No.
Yeah, that's great. Anyway, they are thinking of some things to try to make it a little bit more rewarding, such as they're thinking of adding tannins, etc., tempering alloys. The not just those, but there's a chance that when you open those crates, like right now they're not in the loot table, but they're thinking of possibly adding these as a chance to get when you open it. So I mean, hey, opening one, getting a tempering alloy or
from what
Drew
again?
wax.
From where?
From the crafting reward when you get the chest.
Oh, that would be a really cool incentive. Yeah.
Yeah, just a small chance that when you open up, go, oh, I got a honing stone, or oh, I got a dwarven oil, or oh my goodness, look at that, a grain solvent. You know, it's just a chance of adding. Because right now, the only thing you really can get, as far as I've seen, is a random piece of gear, which may or may not be useful. If you're not leveling, most of the time it's useless, because the 2 types I've seen have either been integrate or what are the ones you can sell? The ornate. You get one of those 2. I haven't seen anything else. A little bit of gold. Sometimes, depending on what it is, like if it's enchanting, you get a soul gem, or if it's any of the others, you get like a crafting or a repair kit. every once in a while you get a crafting survey, which are awesome. But they're thinking about adding more incentive to do it. And they're also thinking of moving some of the high resource areas to make them easier to get to, because apparently some people are complaining that, oh, I go to get my high resource area and it's surrounded by mobs. I can't get to it. Well, if you're going to freaking, Craglorn to get good materials, why should it be easy for you to get? I'm kind of upset with this one.
That I'll agree with. If it's a special thing that you're getting for doing this quest, it probably shouldn't be easy as pie.
But they don't disappear. It's just sometimes it's if you're going there with a level 40 character with maxed out crafting, Craglorn's going to be hard because it's surrounded by VR12 monsters. Bring a friend. It's people are complaining like, oh, I do my crafting survey and I get the survey report, but it's surrounded by VR12 mobs and I'm on my 40 crafting alt. Well, level up your crafting alt then. Make a max level, put some random crap gear on him so he can survive and go out there and you'll be fine. I don't see a reason why you should, be handheld to get stuff like this.
Yeah, but I mean, I see their point. Because I have alts, and I want to play on my lobby one, and I want to get the top tier rewards, but I don't want to level that guy or gal or whatever character it is. So I can understand the opposite side of this point.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. It's like, I don't know, go grab a friend then. I mean, why should they have to move it so it's easy to get to? I mean, it's supposed to be a survey. Oh, hey, I can go out here and find this thing of, all this void steel. I don't know. It's one of those things. I think you should level the characters, or at least get a friend to help you go out and get it.
Yeah, but some people like playing solo. Not everyone has super awesome beefy friends, like me.
Like you. Yeah, not everyone has a Deltia.
I think Deltia just volunteered for anyone in the Almari Dominion to message him anytime they need help getting to their...
Oh, no. I'm one of those guys that, I get help, but when it comes to giving it, definitely not.
I just want to see you get whispered, hey, can you come help me?
He's going to have to permanently stand in Craglorn.
Just stay there.
No,
but yeah, that's something they're thinking about. I don't know. I guess it's not really that big of a deal one way or the other. It just seems kind of...
We're getting reports about the stream, Deltia.
Okay, what's the reports?
Apparently it's stuck on the Rift loading screen.
Really? Okay, I can fix it after this, but I'm fighting the boss in Crypto Hearts, so give me a minute.
Okay.
Not a problem.
Ha, damn it.
Are they... What is causing that?
Oh, if you start the stream in full screen or something with Twitch, and then go to windowed, blah, 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 and come back, it doesn't recognize it through the game, essentially. It's kind of complex, but you have to crash the client and start back up.
I gotcha. Not a problem. All right. Well, then we'll move on. So something else I was really excited about, and Delty, I know you saw it as well. They showed off a screenshot of the collections UI, what it looks like. And it looks pretty awesome, actually. It really does. It actually, as much as I hate to say it, not to draw any comparisons, but it's one thing they did right. It kind of looks like the collections UI from Warcraft, with you have all the books and everything like that. But there's... Actually, I shouldn't say it. It looks more like Guild Wars 2 Collection 1. Because when you open it up, it has little squares with your little items in it. Because, of course, there's not 900 pets in this game yet, and not that many mounts. But one of the things they did talk about, and I thought it was kind of neat, you'll be able to call your items from this UI. Now, this is aimed for Update 6. Now... You can do this with costumes, mini pets, and mounts from what I've seen. My question is, and something I mentioned to Deltia earlier, do you think they are going to let you call your horses from there as well without having to go back to a stable?
No.
Wait, what was the question?
Okay. Deltia, what do you think?
Well, the collection UI is awesome. What I want to know is, To answer your question, no. You're going to have to go to the stable, I think, because I like the idea of you actually have to go and physically go to the stable. Is it more convenient to click 2 buttons and get on your horse? Yeah, it is. But then again, the immersion goes away every time you make something really instance-based, in my opinion. And this game hasn't sacrificed immersion for utility that much. So I think they'll stick to that idea, that concept. However, the UI interface, I think they really need to have a pets account-wide. I want to use my dog on not just my Dragon Knight. I want to have it on all my characters. And right now, I can put it in the bank and have to swap and that sort of thing, but it's just not as fun.
Yeah, and not only that, I think I was actually speaking to Arkhaniir today, and he's like, oh my goodness, I can't find my High Hrothgar pet. I think I deleted it or lost it. And he asked me, like, did you see any reports of it disappearing?